We are going Creole once again in the sartorial kitchen. Kicking things off, it's an étouffee with chicken and shrimp. And I'm serving that with toasted bread and a simple yet elegant lemon rice. And you can't have Creole without cocktails. My friend Ruth is making a classic old-fashioned. And last but not least, for dessert, stuffed beignets. So why don't you pull up a chair and dine with me?
Back, everybody. We're at the store. I am putting together another Creole feast. We're going over my friend Ruth's, and my other friends will be there as well. We're going to be having a nice, fun party menu, but to make that happen, I have to pick up a few ingredients first. We're going to start with some fresh veggies. I need an onion, a nice head of garlic, and a fresh green pepper. Now that we have the veggies, it's time to pick up some chicken, and I'm thinking thighs. Boneless, skinless. Yeah, that's going to be perfect for my étouffee. And what is a party without dessert? So I thought beignets, but who has time for all that yeast and rising and the proofing? No. We're gonna cheat. Can of biscuits. I'm also gonna pick up a bar of chocolate for a fun little twist. But now that I have everything I need, I think it is time to head to Ruth's. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we are once again at my friend Ruth's. Fat Tuesday is coming up, and I'm putting together another Creole menu. This time it is étouffee. I'm doing chicken. I've also got a little shrimp. So it's gonna be nice and fun. I'm just gonna throw a little oil in here, just to keep the chicken from sticking. I've got chicken thighs here. These are boneless, skinless. I'm just going to cut them into little chunks. I want them all to be about the same size so they all cook the same. I'm just going to brown them up a little first, and then we'll get the rest of our sauce going. Okay, these are kind of small, so I think I'm just going to cut them into fours. Okay guys, there is my chicken. I like to save the little package because it makes for a nice little vessel for me to transfer the chicken over to my pan. Make sure we get all these pieces. And you can see they're just about little 2-inch chunks, so they all cook the same. And you can throw that right in. Give my hands a quick wash and we'll be ready to move on. Got just a couple tablespoons of oil in here just to keep the chicken from sticking. We're going to come in with a little seasoning here, some salt. I want to make sure this is nice and flavorful. And a little bit of pepper as well. I'm just going to saute this until it gets a nice color on both sides, and then we'll take it out and get started on the base of our étouffee. Guys, look at this chicken. It's getting some nice color on it. I'm going to go ahead and start taking this out. I've only par-cooked the chicken. I wanted to get some of that nice flavor in here to be the base of our étouffee here. We'll throw it in after we've set up our roux and got our broth cooking, and then we'll throw our chicken back in. to let it finish cooking all the way. I've also got some shrimp. They are already cooked, so I'm just going to throw those in last minute just to get them up to temp. Alright, time for our veggies. I've got some onions and peppers here. I'm just going to drop those right in. Just a small dice on those so they cook the same. I'm going to hit them with a little salt and pepper as well to continue to develop those layers of flavor. Just come in here with my spoon, give them a nice stir. What's great about this, as they start to cook, they're going to release those natural juices, and that's going to pull up all these brown bits from the chicken. And this is going to give us a lot of beautiful, rich flavor here. That is already smelling so good, guys. Those onions and peppers are getting some nice color. That's just one small green pepper. If you want it a little spicier, you can throw in a little jalapeno or something like that. But as you know, I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to spice. I do have some hot sauce so people can make those a little spicier if they like. Alright, that looks good. Time for my garlic. I've got about three parts of a clove here. I'm just going to throw that in. I always throw my garlic in last, especially when it's diced like that. It does not take as long to cook and it'll burn very easily. But I like the, I love the flavor of garlic. I put it in almost everything. And it gives a nice aromatic. Alright, that's smelling good, it's looking good. I'm going to throw in just a little more oil here. A couple more tablespoons. And then I've got a couple tablespoons of flour here. This is going to be the base of our roux. If you're new to the channel, roux, it's a thickening agent. There's a few different ways to do it: butter and flour, flour and oil. Sometimes you can do the butter and flour separately and add it in once you've already got your broth going. And I'm just going to give this a quick stir. We want to cook out that flour. We don't want that raw flour taste. But we want to catch it before the flour starts to burn. So I'm just going to whisk this. What's nice is it kind of clings to the veggies. That helps to cook it down. And then we're going to move on to our stock. I've got some chicken broth here. You can use veggie broth if you prefer. I'm using about half of this container. The other half I'm using for the rice. I'm just going to stir that in. got a can of tomatoes here. I'm just going to dump that in with the juice and everything. That's going to add some nice color to our dish. I'm going to stir that in as well. And just, oh, I love that, how it just turns red from those tomatoes. And some Creole seasoning. Now this, if you want it spicier again, you can add some more. This has a little kick to it. I'm only going to do about a teaspoon or so. I can already smell that. That's smelling good. And we're just going to stir that in. And let that come to a boil. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Let that come to a boil. I'm going to throw my chicken back in and then we'll let it simmer. Alright, so while that cooks down, we're going to start our rice. We're using Instapot here. And
fill it all the way to the very top.
Yeah.
All the way to the very top.
Oh, like that? Okay. Alright, so that's equal parts rice and liquid. And what's great about the Instapot, the rice cooks like really quick and it'll hold it to temp. So we can set it and forget it. Alright, so our chicken cooks down. We're going to work on a little cocktail here, a good old-fashioned. We've got all the ingredients laid out right here, our cherries, our oranges.
Okay, it's 1 teaspoon of sugar, a tablespoon of water, and a dash of aromatic bitters.
Nice.
Stir that up until the sugar dissolves. Okay. Out there. Fill a glass with crushed ice.
I love crushed ice. So you go all the way to the top with the ice.
And then 1.5 jiggers of the liquor of your choice. This is spiced rum. You can use bourbon, gin, vodka. And you stir this up.
Spiced rum.
Garnish with an orange slice and a maraschino cherry.
Now that is a gorgeous cocktail. Ooh, that's good. I'm getting all that spice. What spices is that?
It's dried pineapple, cinnamon, and shaker peppers.
I was gonna say I'm getting the cinnamon. I'm getting a little heat. It's almost like candy cinnamon. It's nice. Alright, so I've got a loaf of bread here. It's just a brown and serve, nothing fancy. I'm just going to wrap this up. It's going to go in the oven for about 5 minutes at 350. Thought it would be nice to have something to dip in our broth here. Just cut it up into little squares and be good to go. think our chicken is completed.
Sorry.
You're fine. She's hungry.
I was
She's
gonna
like,
set the
"Come on."
timer on the stove.
Oh, you're all good.
So we don't forget about the bread.
It's all good. All right, I'm gonna turn this down just a little more. And we're gonna throw in our shrimp. These are already cooked, like I said before. So I just wanna let it come to temp. Really just about 3-4 minutes tops. I just want to stir that in. I want that shrimp to pick up those lovely flavors as well. Alright guys, the rice is out. Looks beautiful. I've just got some lemon here. I'm going to zest maybe not even quite half this lemon over top just to give some fragrance to the rice. We use chicken stock as well, so it's already got some nice salt flavor to it. I think that's good. And then we always check the back of our zester for stragglers. And then I'm just going to kind of stir that in. And you can smell that lemon immediately. As soon as it hits that warm rice, it just gets so fragrant. And you know me, I love my lemon. So that's ready. I think our stew, I'm going to go ahead and pull that off the heat. Alright, so this is good. I'm going to pull it off the heat. Everything is cooked through and it smells amazing. Now let's pull out our bread. Nice, just nice warm bread. Alright guys, time to dig in, and it smells amazing. I just want to come in here, make sure I get a bite of everything here. The chicken, the rice, the sauce. Guys, that's so good. The rice is nice and tender, just perfect. The sauce, just the right amount of heat. Like I said before, if you like more heat, throw in some hot sauce, throw in a little more seasoning. That's fine. The veggies are nice and tender. That chicken is so moist. I love the dark meat because it stays nice and moist. The white meat oftentimes likes to dry out, so the thighs are perfect for this. Absolutely great. So we're going to finish up here and then we'll move on to desserts. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back. Dessert time. It is beignets. I'm cheating. I've got canned biscuits here. I don't have time for the yeast and the rising and all that. So I'm going to show you a really cool hack. I saved you guys the torment and the anxiety of this popping open, and I went ahead and pre-popped it here for us. Now, I'm not just doing plain fried biscuit dough. That's not exciting. I got some chocolate here. Just a nice little Hershey's bar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my biscuits around the chocolate. So then when you go to bite into the donuts, it's going to ooze chocolate. And it's just going to be decadent and fun. So I'm going to break this chocolate up. We're going to do 1 piece per donut. So I have 8 donuts here. I'm going to break them in half. So it'll give us 16. That'll match our chocolate here. And then I'm just going to kind of flatten this out with my thumbs. And then we'll take a piece of our chocolate and just fold it over. Beignets are usually kind of square or rectangular, so I want to kind of keep that same kind of shape. and these are just gonna puff up. I've got some oil. These will just puff up and get nice and golden brown and fluffy, and they're gonna be absolutely delicious. I don't want it like hitting the bottom of the pan because then it's gonna like. Are you filming?
We're rolling whenever, yeah.
Okay. All right, I have finished prepping our donuts, our beignets. I'm just getting some oil going. Yeah, that's better, I think. We're gonna wait till this gets nice and bubbly. You put them in now, they're just gonna get drenched in oil, no good. So you want to make sure your oil is to a good temp. They fry up pretty quickly, a couple minutes on both sides. I've got my little spider here so we can turn them over and take them out. And we will be ready to go. Alright guys, I finished prepping our donuts. You can hear that oil sizzling. I just tested it with a little splash of water. I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these in just to kind of give it a little test there. You can see it frying. It starts to bubble up. And it just really just takes a couple minutes on both sides. We don't want it too dark. We just want that dough to be nice and cooked through. You can see it's already starting to get a little brown there around the edges. I think it looks okay. We're going to go ahead and throw a couple more pieces in. I'm going to do this in stages. I don't want to overcrowd my skillet, otherwise these are going to steam and they're not going to fry, and that's no fun. So I think we'll do about
Probably
half.
6, yeah. Probably that's it.
And then we'll do the rest of this. This baby's ready to flip over. Look at that. Beautiful golden brown. Guys, I've got a few more going, but I'm going to go ahead and give these a little douse of our powdered sugar. Don't those just look delicious? But I'm going to be good and wait till they're all finished so we can all try them together. Alright everybody, dessert, beignets.
Yum.
Yeah. I'm just going to cut into this. Oh yeah, you can see that chocolate is just ooey gooey. That's the best part.
Ooh.
And then you've got the powdered sugar on there. The dough is nice and crispy. Really good. The chocolate just takes it to a whole nother level. The dough, nice and crispy on the outside. Nice and soft and tender on the inside. The perfect end to a perfect meal. So I thank everybody for joining me as always. Like and subscribe, hit me up in the comment section, and until next time.